Okay, welcome to the University of Essex. Thank you for joining this webinar today. It's part of the Space to Grow programme of business support that we offer. And this particular series has been focused on investment readiness. In other words, getting your business to a point where it will encourage investment, whether that's loans, grants, or equity investment from VC venture funds or from private equity investors. In fact, in any form of investment. This particular pitch is focused on some funding which is available via the University of Essex to assist businesses, seed businesses to grow and develop for the future. And after this particular round, there will be a further panel, a closed panel, where businesses will pitch for to be the finalists and actually compete for the funding available. This particular round is a filtering round, and those who are successful from this round will go through to the next. The criteria for pitching for this event is to have an association with the University of Essex, and some of the pitches today are on our Angels at Essex already, our platform for equity investment, and are actually seeking equity investment as we speak, whereas others are planning to come on board or are benefiting from the support available from our program in getting themselves pitch ready. So I think that's a testament to the amount of work that we do. There's currently around 100 businesses that are working on our program as we speak, and they're all benefiting from tailored one-to-one support as they go through. So I would now like to introduce our two panel members, William Millar and Nitin Patel. My able colleague, Josh Clark, is manning the station here and making sure we keep to time. And so I'd like to hand over to William and Nitin, who would like to give a presentation on the work that they do. Thank you.
Okay. So this slide actually should be quite familiar to most of you who've talked to myself and William, and basically this is the only one we're going to concentrate on, partly because the pitch that we will hear from you should cover the points that are on here, and as you can see there's about 10-11 points there that we have determined to be the relevant things that should be in a pitch. And the other thing we've done, and I think we've always sort of explained when myself and Bill have started off, is we're looking at the pitch from a point of view of, are you ready to get invested in? Rather than really looking at the subtlety of improving your pitch. So as you can see, you know, some of the key things that we've sort of talked about are all there. And basically it's quite basic, but, you know, from our experience, and William will sort of give you a little bit of his view in a minute as well, is that, you know, regardless of whether it's a startup or a corporate business looking to funding, some key elements of, is there a problem? Is there a market? Is there going to be a investment? And are you as a team capable of determining it? And that's what the pitch. Now, in most cases, you will be able to pitch and talk to your slides. In the platform we are working on, you can't. So we have them to work with you to subtly change some of those definitions to make sure that you get the best chance when people are looking at the presentations that you put on the platform, which I think from experience, having done the Judge Business School where it is very much a pitch in front of people, there is subtle differences needed in the deck. And to a certain extent, probably makes you guys think a bit more about problems and how you actually get it across when some of it's quite complex. You know it inside out, but how do you get to someone who needs to understand it if he's going to give you money? So it is to a level, I think, a bit different. Bill, have you got anything?
No, the comment I would make as well is that the investor will be looking to invest in the business, but they're also looking to a certain extent to invest in you as the business founder. And so it's completely create a narrative which lets you come across and demonstrate your passion for the solution and the proposal that you're making. So that I'll hand back to you, Nitin, to carry on.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the key things as well, as you know, the sort of environment for startups has become much, much wider, and the solutions for people to look at are much broader and quite different. One of the key things certainly investors will always look at is how much intellectual property you've got, or how quickly are you going to get your idea to market. Because if you have nothing to protect, then the investor is going to be a bit worried about, you know, why won't someone copy it if it's a great idea? And sometimes the bigger businesses wait for that sort of situation. So it is very much about, you know, getting an idea that's unique, that's different. If it's not protectable, then delivering it at a pace. So one of the things, certainly from my take, that really needs to be driven through the sort of culture of startups is an element of delivering things on time. I think there's a slight view from time to time that we're unique, so we can wait, and because, you know, we're different, no one will copy us. Well, I think the world's changed on that. So there's some basic business things that you need to do, and that's about being cost efficient, being able to show that, you know, the efforts you're putting in are going to make the value when you go to an investor and say, you know, I want to sell this for 20%. One of the things we had on the slide jokingly, but none of that investment should be seen to be going to buying new cars and stuff. So, you know, it is at this early stage very much about being conscious that you're asking someone to put their hands in the pockets to give you something that's quite risky, as much as you may not think it would be for most of these guys. And they also have other opportunities to invest in. So getting that message across about yourselves, about the ability to deliver stuff, is one of the key drivers in that decision making. And I think that's really everything we've been sort of saying to you guys individually. I hope the message is consistent, and I suppose we should move on from there, unless Bill's got anything to add. Otherwise, well, John, we should start if you got anything.
The comment I'd like to make is that for me, the foundation of it all is the problem statement, because that's where you establish that there is a need for the solution that you're proposing. So if you can't define what the problem that you're trying to solve is, and define it in such a way that the investor can relate to it and understand that it is a problem, then everything else is very difficult to explain beyond that. So there will usually be a need, you know, that's the problem you're trying to solve. In some cases, in some rare cases, there may not be a need. You know, the classic example, for anybody that can remember it, is the Sony Walkman, where there was no need for portable music playing until Sony established the market. But that's something that's very difficult to do. So they spent a lot of time and effort developing the technology, developing the market, and that led on to Sony Discman, and then eventually to the iPods and Apple and music, portable music and phones. So understand that there is a problem, there is a real need there, and then show how your solution maps onto that particular need. So there must be a clear link from the solution through back to the problem. And the obvious, you know, the obvious statement is, does the solution relate to the problem? Does it link? And then can you clearly define and express it so that a layperson can understand it? Because you may be so involved and so passionate about what you're doing that you forget that lay investors coming along without that detailed knowledge and without having, you know, ate and slept the whole way through this business proposition, they may not know about it. So you need to be able to explain it in a way that they can quickly grab on to what it is that you're doing. And then from all of that, they can bring their knowledge and expertise in and sit alongside you and understand what you're doing. So for me, those are the two key points. Get the problem well defined and get the solution well defined, and then everything else should follow on from that. And you can build the narrative around those two issues. And just, I think, you know, because you were probably dealing with lay investors, there shouldn't really be any technical jargon or no acronyms, and please spell check what you're doing as well, because that a spelling error can be distracting in the presentation for some people. I know that's a bit of housekeeping and telling people to suck eggs, but it is an important thing. So yeah, I'll finish there, and thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Yep, I think we're ready to go, John.
Well, thank you both of you, William and Nitin. I value your input all the time. And I will actually second an awful lot of what they say, because when I'm putting the opportunities onto our investment platform, I look at it very much as a layperson would, because I'm anticipating what an investor would see for the first time, what would attract their interest. And often the strap line which is put forward by the founder is not necessarily the right strap line for the investor to actually be attracted to that particular project. And don't forget, investors are individuals too, and there's lots of them, and they all think differently. They're not ones that follow the herd. So without further ado, I would now like to introduce our first pitch of the day. The company is called Citispotter. Our presenter today is Pallav Sethia, if you'd like to unmute your microphone now. And I'll briefly introduce them as identifying abuse using intelligent filtering algorithms, but I'll let them explain that in their presentation. Thank you, Pallav. The screen is yours. Please share it.
Thank you. So can you see the screen?
Thank you. That's fine.
Hello, everyone. I am Pallav Sethia, CEO and co-founder of Citispotter Limited. I am joined by my co-founder, Dushyant Sethia. As we all know, the spread of hateful, abusive, and harmful language is becoming a norm in the online world right now. With increasing usage of racial and sexual slurs in the online communication, internet has become a toxic place. It's becoming a threat to digital well-being and societal peace in the democracies throughout the world. The COVID has only amplified the effects. Women are getting abused online. Children are facing cyberbullying attacks. Online hate is turning people violent in real life. Not only socio-political losses, it is heavily impacting economies too, with Facebook losing close to $70 billion in just ad revenues because it couldn't remove harmful content from its platform, shows exactly that. Countries are enacting stringent fake news and hate speech laws worldwide by imposing hefty fines and jail term. So it is not anymore an ethical obligation, but a legal responsibility to act against it. Therefore, to solve this urgent problem, we are helping businesses by identifying, classifying, and flagging potentially harmful signals in the content. Our technology aims at helping businesses to sift through harmful signals in the content and to help them identify most at-risk situations. Brands and advertisers can use our technology to stay away from the harmful content, resulting into improved brand reputation and customer perception. It also helps them to become more legally compliant. UGC platforms can use our technology to automate the entire moderation process. We currently have a suite of 13 AI technologies trained on more than 1.5 million data points combined. This is the screenshot from one of our analysis done through our MVP. Here you can see our MVP has generated a health report on a piece of text analyzed through all the 13 signals. This is our technical roadmap. First year, we want to fine tune our current capabilities. And then later on in the second and third year, we'll be broadening our detection tech. And in the later fourth and fifth year, we'll be focusing on identifying the synthetic media. We have been through multiple executive programs, accelerators, and won many competitions, currently being supported by 3 accelerators: Accelerate Cambridge, Disruptors.ai, and IIM Bangalore Launchpad. We are currently executing 2 pilots, one with a UGC platform, another with a media aggregator, and are in discussions with a cybersecurity firm to offer our services in their existing solutions. This is the traction we have got so far. From the last year, we received the pre-seed grant from Cranfield University to doing the market research and then winning many competition and now executing pilots with the industry. We have done 3 case studies till now to demonstrate our technology. We have been covered by many we have been covered by many international and national media. We are currently supporting UN SDG goal 3 and 16 for the well-being of people and societal peace. We have also been through Cambridge Institute Sustainability Leadership Accelerator Innovator for Change, where we have sharpened our sustainability goals and offerings. We have won many cash prizes, from winning pre-seed grant to reaching to EWC finals, that is Entrepreneurship World Cup finals. And today we have also won the Oslo Innovation Week first prize in the equality category. We have done online surveys to understand what harmful content internet users face while surfing internet, and are they willing to pay for any harmful content blockers. Our survey results showed that misinformation, hate speech, inappropriate content, insult and threats were the most identified problems with internet. 81% showed that willingness to use the content filter in their own browsers for children's, and more than 60% participants were agreeing to willing to pay for this type of browser. Market opportunity is huge for us. Global content global content moderation market is $9 billion. There are more than 100,000 human moderators working for many platforms who can utilize the automated moderation offered by Citispotter. With upcoming harmful content regulations, the market will explode in coming years. Our product is suited for customers from all over the globe. And these are the trends on the right side, showing the consumption of and the demand of services directed toward harmful content detection. We plan to enter into the market as a white label solution to UGC platform, that is user generated content platforms and digital media. First, we will enter into the UK market and then Europe, and then we'll be approaching global markets. For marketing, we plan to develop thought leadership, utilize various networks to get introductions to corporates, do networking through social media and local ecosystems, and directly connect with companies struggling with harmful content. We plan to make money by licensing our individual APIs for single use cases and a suite of APIs to businesses as a way of providing the ecosystem of all the harmful content detection signals. Our competition is offering manual fact checking and brand safety services. Our USP is to identify and find various harmful signals and suggest whether the content is problematic or not. It helps brand to take action to protect their reputation and perception. We have 5 stages in our sales pipeline. First one is to connect with the potential customers, understanding their needs, expectations, showing what we can do for them, and then closing the sale. We are a team of 5. I'm a computer science engineer and graduate from Cranfield University in Management and Entrepreneurship. Dushyant is a certified data scientist from IIM Indore and a graduate in entrepreneurship from Cambridge University. We are accompanied by 2 brilliant data scientists and 1 cloud engineer. We have got esteemed panel of advisors. Dr. Shai sits on a board of many growth-based startups, and he's helping us to sharpen our offerings. Dr. Uday has deep connections in the UK media industry and are helping us to connect with the corporates. We are raising £1 million to cover our operations for next 18 months. The money will be utilized to put together a commercial and technical team and roll out an industry-ready scalable product in the market. We plan to get listed on AIM or TradeSale to exiting industry players. Thank you very much. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Pallav. Slightly over by about a minute, I believe. So it's how fast can you actually talk, or is there too many slides? But I would now like, before we ask William and Nitin to ask any questions, to actually just run a poll for the audience and for your benefit. Josh, would you like to run that poll, please? So, to the audience, if you were an investor, would you invest in this business? I'll give you 30 seconds to actually respond to this. Oh. We're just waiting for a few more responses. Don't be shy, come forward. You all have a voice. Not asking for the money, we're just asking if you were an investor, would you be interested?
I tried to invest in it. It won't let me.
No, you're not allowed to. Well, thank you very much indeed. Thank you. So we will share those results later. So, okay, William, Nitin, would you like, have you got any questions for clarification for the benefit of the audience at all?
No questions from me, John, thank you.
Yeah, no questions. I mean, Pallav and myself have talked before. This is just the right thing at the right time. And the key now is getting it out there and matching someone who needs this, because a lot of companies need it, but it's just getting it that first chance and running. So that's what I keep on telling them. Got to get on the bikes and find the right customer to get it to the next stage. But this is really about timing, because they've done so much work that it's there and ready.
Thank you, Nitin. Thank you. Okay, Pallav, would you like to mute your microphone, and I will invite the next participant.
Sure, thanks.
Our next business to present is Bidnstay, Emma Johnson. And Emma is joining us today with gamification programming for an auction software, underused holiday accommodation. Perhaps you'd like to share your screen and show us your pitch, please, Emma.
Great. Can you see my screen there?
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
certainly.
Okay, we're good to go. So hi, I'm Emma Johnson and I'm the founder of Bidnstay. So we're creating a simple, fun, fast piece of auction technology for the whole of the hospitality industry. We're looking to sell unsold places to stay. I guess you could say we're where Airbnb meets eBay. So I just wanted to touch on the industry problem. There's excess stock on the market since the introduction of Airbnb, who have made it really, really easy for people to list short-term places to stay. Agents are having to slash prices because guests are booking later due to technology and flexible working hours. And an average self-catered property rents for just 60% of the year, leaving it 40% unoccupied. And it's that 40% that we want to be tapping into. We're also entering quite a difficult pricing phase following the COVID-19 outbreak. And there's obviously an increased risk of cancellations with localized area restrictions, people being unable to travel if they have any symptoms, and also guest number restrictions as well, certainly having an impact on the larger properties at the minute. So we're giving owners a chance to sell their properties and make a small profit on it, hopefully, and get it let, and for guests to get a great deal. So we're also finding that owners are more and more keen to drive direct bookings, and actually there's a huge drive for guests to book directly with the owners. So just taking a quick look at our market position, you've got the OTAs at the top. That's the online travel agents with Airbnb, Booking.com and Home and Away that I'm sure you've heard of. To give you an idea of the industry size, Airbnb is the largest, and that's worth around $38 billion. You've got the booking channels, which are basically the little booking engines which sit on owners' websites, but the owners' websites have to be found to be used. And then you've got eBay. And you don't really go onto eBay to book yourself some accommodation. You go on there to buy a product, like a hairdryer or something. So what is our solution? We're looking at a phased approach to enter the market. It's a highly competitive market, and we're aware of that. So what we're doing is building relationships with agents to create a white label plugin, which will be the piece of auction technology, which will sit on the agents' websites and give guests an opportunity to bid on that late availability and cancellations. We're then going to look to create an auction platform off the back of this, with any accommodation that's running at auction will then land on our website as a platform. From here, we want to create a direct booking piece of software so that guests can book directly with the owners. And although we're concentrating on creating the website, we've always got in my mind that this would make a really good app. So I just wanted to give you an idea as to how the auction technology works and our MVPs. So we're looking to create the auction where the owner or agent sets a minimum silent reserve. The guest then comes along, and that individual guest has 3 opportunities in a 24-hour period to beat that silent reserve. As soon as it's beaten, the guest pays and they stay. 8% goes to Bidnstay and 92% goes to whoever has listed that product. So how are we looking to capture the market share? I've already mentioned that we're looking to white label the auction technology to go onto the platforms. And we're lucky enough to have linked with Yonder.com, who are a Californian-based company. They operate rentals throughout America, and they're launching in the UK over the coming weeks. In fact, they're launching into all English-speaking countries. So we've got instant access to the global market. We already have over 1,000 followers on social media, and we've got a database of about 150 holiday cottage owners who have contacted us in expressing an interest in this. We also want to drive traffic via partner sites, which we will create in time. And these are going to cater for niche experience markets, such as cycling, hiking, and golf. We've got the domain names Cycle and Stay, Hike and Stay, and Golf and Stay. So as far as protecting our product, we've now had the trademark approved, and we've got the patent pending. We're also looking at our values, and we want to be as inclusive and sustainable as possible in the way that we operate and encourage travel. So who is the team behind this? It's myself, Emma Johnson, with over 10 years of experience in the accommodation sector. I've come on board from an owner's background and have been a consultant for the last 6 years for one of the largest UK holiday letting agencies. We've got Bill Lee as our strategy officer. Bill's based in California, and he's one of the founders and now the CEO of Yonder.com. He's an interesting chap who creates businesses to become major players in their respective multi-billion-dollar industries. He's had some real successes. We've also got Lars and Rob coming on board to manage the tech side of this. They come with huge experience, and we're looking to build our own tech team and keep this in-house. We've got Mike as our financial officer with 30 years of experience in accountancy and a diverse portfolio of successes in startups. Nick, who's built our tech spec, who specialises in accommodation software and calendar syncing technology. And we've always also taken advice from Andy from UK Quality and Tourism. So we've got a pre-money valuation agreed at 500,000 with a lead investor. We've potentially raised 80,000 already, and we're looking to raise 150 in exchange for 15% of the business. We've got the advanced assurance through, and our projected profit by year 3 is 2.3 million. We plan to be self-funding after the initial £150,000 raise and look to have a trade sale within 3 to 5 years. And that's it. That's Bidnstay. We make booking a holiday even more fun than it already is. Thanks for listening to me today. And if you have any questions, let me know.
Well, thank you, Emma. That was very concise and ran very, very quickly indeed. You managed to finish that in less than the 7 minutes.
Oh, wow, great.
So I think that's very credit to you, very clear, very precise. I'm going to ask the audience now what they think of your proposition. Josh, would you like to run the poll, please? So if you were an investor and we're not asking for cash today, would you invest in this business? Don't be shy, everyone. Another couple of seconds. And I think we will leave it at that. Yes, very positive. I'll share these results with you at the end.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, William, Nitin, have you got any questions for clarification that you would like to ask?
No, I think Emma's took a lot of the stuff we talked on board and done it well within time, which we had a hard time with initially, didn't we?
Thank you. I was hard at work on it last night, bringing it back. Thank you.
No, I don't have any questions either. I'm just looking forward to seeing it up and running and being able to use it. So
I know,
very
definitely.
much.
Me too.
Thanks, Emma.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for your help as well.
Well, I think that is very positive signs, Emma, and I wish you well for the future.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, if you'd like to unmute your microphone, I will now invite our next participants. WSYPR, Elliot Wood and Oliver Bourne, double act, are going to present. And I do like this word, friend-vertising, exploiting the power of many to promote brands. So if you'd like to lead on this, please, Oliver and Elliot. Yes, we can see your screen.
Well, I'm Ollie. And I'm Elliot. And we are WSYPR. Our mission is simple, to build a world where anyone can get paid to advertise. Guys, social media was designed to bring us all together, a connected globe. And from that emerged the influencer, a friendly face to market in the same space that you engage with all your friends. But at some point, we reached our near Black Mirror-like reality. We now live in a time when influencers work hard to fake friendship and shill products they wouldn't use to their audience. But as a result, people are no longer pressing like. So what's left? A highly inauthentic service that's resulting in more spending for brands for worse results. And with a limited supply of influencers, there's nowhere else to turn. Or is there? The biggest problem lies with the concept of the influencer. Why bother to fake a friendship? We have friends, people we know, love, and trust. So why not use them instead? We call this friend-vertising. We use the influence of the regular person to spread the word about brands that they already use and love. And this is why brands love us so much. No freebies, no giveaways. Our ownership model means that users already are owners or advocates. This way, brands know that a good portion of the money they spend is going straight back to them, creating a circular economy. But the final result is the best, the most authentic marketing possible. Real consumers and real friends. So instead of someone speaking down to you, you're influenced by the people around you, a digital word of mouth. Now, the way this works is pretty simple. Engagement is the leading measurement of ROI in the industry. So we establish with the brand what their target for the campaign is, and using our proprietary algorithm, we invite and pay regular people to go and post on their socials. We take a 50% gross profit margin on each campaign, and we can still guarantee market average price and a fair rate for our users. So why hasn't this been done before? Well, simply put, only recent advancements in technology allow for this, alongside the vision of a couple of cheeky chaps, of course. Our two-part bespoke software isn't off-the-shelf stuff. Elliot and I designed this system with a specific purpose and function, and it's totally unique. Our internal dashboard allows us to invite and pay and track data points from thousands of users, all whilst our iOS app gives job invites direct to the user's pockets. And influencer marketing is big money, and it's only set to grow. With the industry growing with a compound annual growth rate of 32%, we're not only privy to taking the current serviceable market by storm, but we have the ability to grow in an emerging industry. A fresh alternative that produces better results with higher engagement and guaranteed pricing is not just what the market needs, it's what it wants.
We're doing this by targeting fashion, fast-moving consumer goods, and D2C brands. We have a comprehensive breakdown of over 600 case studies of our competitors' influence campaigns that we know we can absolutely outperform. It's just a matter of checking them off the list with inbound and outbound sales and marketing. And whilst we're still invite-only for our users, we'll be implementing growth hacking methods such as referrals to rapidly scale our user base once we open our app to all. And within this market, WSYPR currently operates with a first-mover advantage for service-driven friend-vertising. Post-seed raise, we intend to develop our software into a client-facing platform and marketplace. And this will allow brands to have autonomous control over every single campaign. Alongside our full-service offering, we intend to open the platform with a subscription model for the brands who know what they want and prefer to have more hands-on approach in order to save more money. And once this is up, we can absolutely dominate the platform side as well. All we need is a little leg up. And we're well equipped to oversee this next period of growth at WSYPR. Ollie and I have been best friends for 5 years and draw from similar experiences from backgrounds such as our time at TransPerfect, project management and client services respectively. TransPerfect, being $1 billion company, is where we drew much of our framework from for the business model and structure, as it utilized many individuals to complete translations, and we just applied this to a new industry. And as alumni of Essex, we draw largely upon our academic experiences and our dissertations for this. Ollie achieved a first-class degree in dissertation mark for his work on brand cults and online communities, and myself presented a first-class dissertation on authentic influencing and experiential marketing. It's almost as if we had this in mind, right? And we still use many of the tools we learned here at Essex in our daily processes, so thank you. And Ken, our FD, also has some pretty smashing experience at Fitch and Match.com as well. As you can see, we've been through quite the journey. But what you can't see is the blood, sweat, tears, rice, and ramen that have built the foundations over the last year, as we managed to bootstrap Whisper and supplement our development by winning innovation competitions. We're happy to say that we celebrated this by launching our iOS app in late July, which has been followed with a great first month. And since then, in just 1 month, we've managed to land some pretty impressive clients, all with repeat custom. But of course, our client reports contain a tremendous amount of information. Let's go over the main highlight. As you can see, the average engagement rate for an influencer marketing campaign is between 1% and 2%. Last month alone, we managed to achieve an average of 33%. This isn't just a bit higher. This is an order of magnitude higher. So if you're looking for an unfair advantage, you found it. We are currently engaging in our seed round where we aim to achieve 300,000 funding, which we'll use to grow our team and scale our market to the UK. With your £30,000, we'll be able to provide a supplementary income to thousands more people across the UK at a time when they need it the most by developing our Android version and opening our app to all. This way, everyone watching can take the power back and monetize their digital assets. And remember, never shout, always whisper.
Thank you very much indeed, guys. It would help if I unmuted my microphone before I started speaking. But
We thought you just shocked into silence, John.
yeah, just shocked into silence, yes. It was the whisper bit at the end that completely confused me. I was thinking of chocolate bars at the time. So I'd like to run that poll. Audience, please pay attention. Josh, would you like to run that poll, please? Now, as I said, we're not asking for any money today. Checks are in the post. We do take credit cards. No, seriously, if you were an investor, would you invest in this business? Thank you very much indeed. I think we'll finish that poll. Thank you. So, William, Nitin, is there any clarification you would like to seek from this? We have time.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether I missed it, but how much do I get for my investment?
So for the total 300,000 that we're looking to raise, we're looking to give away 15%.
Right. Okay.
Okay, I don't have any questions. Just as an engineer born before the internet was invented, I find this whole area intriguing, bringing together of people in psychology and technology. So I'm curious to see how it all pans out. Best of luck, guys.
Yep.
Okay, if there's no further questions from William and Nitin, I'll say thank you very much, guys. I think you did well. Good luck this afternoon with your other application. I hope it goes well for you. Okay, if you'd like to unmute your microphones, we'll now move on to our final pitch of the day, and we are running ahead of schedule, so I do apologise to anybody who missed out on a cup of coffee earlier. Conigital, Don Dhaliwal. The retrofit of driverless vehicles combining big data with machine learning. Don, would you like to unmute your microphone and share your screen, please?
Yeah. Yes, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just setting this up. Bear with me 1 second. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. Thank you, Don. You have the stage. Please proceed.
Thank you. So my name's Don. I'm the CEO of Conigital, and Conigital stands for Connected Digital. So we are a deep tech AI driverless vehicle retrofit and fleet optimization company, and provide mobility and transport operators with an app-based platform to run on-demand transport through a mobility as a service platform. We can automate any vehicle type, and to date have automated a Ford Ute for Transport for New South Wales, and the UK's first bus for Ferrovial and Southampton Airport. We're a team of 30, expanding internationally across UK, Europe, India and Australia, and have been voted a top 10 AI company by both Intel and Vodafone, and a one to watch by Tech Nation. So mobility providers today are having a number of issues around incorporating driverless vehicles, which include making retrofit autonomy an affordable option, and then also having a platform to manage, operate, integrate and monitor thousands of connected vehicles into a transport network. Cities' drive for going clean, addressing congestion, isn't really helped by ride-hailing companies who actually increase traffic by 14%, namely because they don't operate as an optimized fleet, but has a standalone operator trying to get as many rides as possible. And finally, by improving the passenger experience, we're looking to encourage more and more people to use public transport. In summary, our Conigital product suite provides a complete driverless vehicle deployment and includes our lift and shift driverless vehicle platform. In addition, we provide the operational platform required by transport operators to run driven or driverless fleets as part of a white labeled on-demand mobility as a service offering. In addition to this, we have a travel concierge, an AI travel concierge that helps generate new revenue streams by improving the passenger experience by providing infotainment and e-commerce services. So the mobility as a service ecosystem is a very complicated API landscape and ecosystem partnership play. It requires a number of different mobility operators to play nicely with each other and to integrate each mode in order to offer a multimodal seamless journey experience for their passengers. So we've built our own white label mobility as a service platform that we provide to clients. And the areas in blue or turquoise is the bits that we do, and the others are partners that we would look to work with. So whilst in transit, we have our multi-language travel AI concierge, Connie or David, that generates new revenue streams by improving that passenger experience, providing travel updates, onboard travel, infotainment, and e-commerce services. We aim to connect passengers with local marketplaces, such as shops, cafes, tourist sites, and hotels, and also to our clients' retail services, including any upselling or special offers or upgrades. In 2019, Duty Free earned Heathrow £218 million, with the average customer spend being £8.75, an increase from the previous year. So our focus is around turnkey driverless vehicle deployments of autonomous connected and electric vehicles for large site owners like airports and smart cities. Our total addressable market is for connected autonomous vehicles is valued at 907 billion by 2030, and our serviceable addressable market is very much around the autonomous bus and fleet. For that first last mile is worth about 5.1 billion, of which we see our share of the market to be around circa 500 million. Our closest competitors have already proved product market fit by providing similar type services to ourselves, and have all now gone into Series B rounds. Our closest rival from our competitors is a company called RideCell, who closed a 60 million round in Series B in 2018. We've been building our core platform with partners in R&D projects worth over 16 million, with our share of the market being being 1.7 million. And our end customers are mainly airports. We've also been doing commercial POCs with Southampton Airport for the UK's first bus, moving passengers from the long stay car park to the terminal building, and a Ford Ute with Transport New South Wales for an on-demand service in the city of Dublin, Australia. And there are other projects that we are also looking at in the pipeline. Our business model includes a readiness assessment leading to a proof of concept, which would then move to an at-scale deployment. Our route to market is scaling through partners, and we have an alliance partnership approach through and work with their global network and sales teams. We're seeking a 2 million pre-Series A to support commercialization of our POCs, followed by a Series A of 8 million. And we are then looking for a follow-on of 20 million as part of a Series B. We have a formidable multidisciplinary team with a strong advisory board with over 100 years experience between them. And in summary, we have spent the last 3 years building. We have spent about £3.5 million to build our platform to date. We've closed a million in revenue this year. We're now in the process of deploying our technology at airports and smart cities, and we're looking to validate our commercial models to be able to build a repeatable and scalable blueprint that we can then offer to airports and other cities. So, in summary, we are seeking a pre-Series A of 2 million for business as usual and commercialization ahead of our 8 million Series A round, and the funds are mainly to secure technical and operational management, as well as to grow and commercialize our existing commercial POCs. Thank you.
Thank you, Dom. Literally just on time, so I congratulate you for that. Let's run the poll. Let's see what people say to this. Josh, would you like to run the poll, please? Okay, thank you very much. We'll share those at the end. Any questions for this one, William or Nitin? Anything that you'd need clarified?
Well, I've got the same one as I asked before. How much do I get as a equity investor for the sums you've asked?
So currently we're going for the future fund. So at this moment, so at this moment it's the future fund round. So there's no equity on play. It's for a future date.
Right. Okay.
I think with convertible loan notes, which is one of the ways that you raise capital, you don't necessarily have to provide equity in that process. William, you wanted to mention something.
Just nothing from me.
Okay.
Sorry, Dom.
No, that's fine. Just to expand on that, it's because as part of the convertible note, we're not agreeing a valuation just yet, but any convertible note could convert into equity on a priced round, which will be our Series A round, as we're still quite early in terms of proving out our business models.
Thank you, Don.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate the clarification there. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, you've now seen 4 live pitches, and to give you an example of the way that people pitch, they're all excellent pitches, as you can see, and they're all extremely diverse, and this is fairly typical of the work that we do at the University of Essex. We embrace all sectors and all activities. And there's crossovers. I can actually see some synergy between some of these businesses, but then that's the way I operate as a serial entrepreneur, putting partners together. And I think going forward, I wish all the participants today the very best for the future, and I hope that they all go through. but that's not going to be my decision. So I'm sorry, guys. It's no point in trying to persuade me. But effectively, I think it's a good example of how the Space to Grow program can help a business actually develop its pitch deck, and the help and support that entrepreneurs in residence, William and Nitin, provide on a one-to-one basis for each application. I'm actually going to ask Josh now if he would kindly share the results of the 4 polls that we ran. And can we start with Citispotter, poll number 1, please?
Yeah, no problem. There you go.
Okay, well, there's no definite yes, I really want to invest in this one, but there's quite a few maybes, and 71% of maybes means that actually people probably want to ask some more questions. So it's a case of addressing that particular pitch deck to see what it is that actually is stopping people from saying yes. What else do they need to know? And that's something we can work with you going forward. Okay, Josh, would you like to show the next one?
Yeah, no worries. There you go.
Right, so here we see a definite yes. So it's investor ready in this context, nearly 70% saying, yes, we would invest. So this one is quite clearly ready to launch into the investment market. And I think we could take that as being red on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like to share the next one?
Yep, so that one was Bidnstay. So next one is Whisper.
Again, nearly 70%. Oh, sorry, I've jumped the gun there. Yes, mixture. There's quite a few maybes there, 50% maybe. So it begs the question, okay, why are they sitting on the fence? What is it that was missing from the presentation that will give them the X factor to move over? But there's still a third are saying yes. And a third saying yes is a good indication that it's ready to go to the investment market. So there again, a positive result. And the final poll, please.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. I'm almost seeing the same results again. Yes, it is definitely the next one. Yes.
You
haven't just photocopied that, have you?
And again, this is demonstrating a very positive sign that it is actually investment ready. And again, the question I would ask is, why do 50% say maybe? What is it that was actually missing from that presentation that would give them that X factor? Thank you for those. Thank you for those, Josh. I appreciate that. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we've gone through the process. The next stage is deliberation stage. That will be done offline. The participants will be notified in the next 5 working days if they are through to the next round. It goes without saying, I'm really very pleased, very proud of all the presentations. I think you've all stood up very well indeed. And the polls have witnessed that as well. And I think going forward, I think there's some very positive actions which are going to be outcomes from this actual pitch event. It is being recorded. It will be played again and again and again, and others will see it. So it will get a much bigger audience as we progress. And for those who are interested, we will be running another series of these in mid-October, from the 20th of October, in effect. So please watch out for our next series. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, participants, for Pallav, Dushyant, Emma, Elliot, Oliver, Don. Thank you so much. And I look forward to our next round. Thank you very much indeed.